Why is Alan Amit, is that how you say his name, not received the Nobel Prize for his work in theoretical physics? Is this indicative of biases in the Nobel Committee? I did no work in theoretical physics, or any physics really, so the fact that I have not received a Nobel Prize is not indicative of any bias, but rather of the fact that the Nobel Prize Committee is generally interested in people who did actually do something in that field. I would certainly hope so. Kind of feel bad for attracted people who are now having to communicate with their words for the first time and realizing they don't have a personality. I feel attacked. Well, you shouldn't though. Oh man, I knew what was coming a mile away, and it still hurt. The Australian funnel web spider is often regarded as the world's deadliest, and hasn't had a confirmed kill in over 40 years since the antivenom was created. No trace, no witnesses. We call that a professional. You're dang right we do. Ugh, Australia, you've gotta do something about this pandemic of spiders, man. They're getting bigger every year. Coyotes shouldn't die for fur trim. PETA supporters in fur coats, matted with blood, crawl to the Canada Goose Inc. annual meeting in Toronto. So, you guys bought fur coats to demonstrate against buying fur coats. PETA doesn't do anything that makes sense. You know how many animals they've killed after stealing from people? Yeah, nah. I believe that the true key to a happy marriage is that when one spouse, me, says, I really think I need some new shoes for the gala tonight, I'll be back in a few hours, the other spouse says, go have fun, instead of, don't you already have enough shoes? One key to a successful marriage is probably having enough money that the concern isn't what you're wearing to a gala. I see the word gaslight one more time, and I might get off the internet forever. You're not even seeing it that much. It's all in your head. Yeah, Steve. No one says it. You've never heard it. Girls want to talk about period pains, but have you ever rolled your ankle over like this? I'm so glad girls don't have ankles. I always thought that they didn't. It's good to get some confirmation on that after all this time, though. Women who complain that they just can't meet anyone, also women when a guy says hi. The only thing this meme has right is that they're dodging bullets by ignoring you. Oh. Whoa, okay, that one felt like getting punched in the gut, and that has never felt so good before. Spoiler-free summary of Halo's new episode. Can someone who suffered through watching the episode give me a too long, don't read of what happened? Local theater company does Dune, but with a fraction of the screenplay. Compared to my hands, I've been told my thumb's a bit too big. A bit? If you go hitchhiking, commercial planes will see you. Well, that's a good thing though. That means the planes might pull over, and he'll get an even faster ride that can take him farther. Think, guys. School children shouldn't get lunch if they don't pay. Wait a minute. Why are we charging kids to eat somewhere they are legally required to be in the first place? With your stupid ass. Yeah, I'll never understand anybody who's got the argument of, kids don't deserve food. The Met Gala is happening again already, and this year's theme is straight flexing. It's gilded glamour. At a time when wealth inequality has passed gilded age levels, they've gone fully mask off. You live in a mansion and drive a $200,000 Porsche. Sorry, Porsche. Wealth inequality is bad, says a guy whose new shirt cost more than the monthly check for an entire family on welfare. Look, some people can simply lose touch when they start making mad frickin' money. Millennials are just mad they aren't contributing to the world other than lawsuits and whining about mean posts. Name one great accomplishment made by a millennial. I'll wait. Your wait is over. Youngest female elected in the House of Representatives. Making Facebook. Current Formula One world champion. Current chess world champion. 3 times Olympic champion ice skating. Current fastest man alive. Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, Zed, and Rihanna. Okay. This list is endless. You just have your head stuck in your boomer bubble. They always do. It's kind of funny they forgot that the website they were on was invented by someone from the generation they are saying did nothing, as bad as that website is. Why do the British say Z instead of Z for the letter Z? Because in Britain there's a country called England where the English language comes from, and therefore we call it quite correctly Z. You have to remember that there is no American English, there is English, and then there are mistakes. Also, variations of languages aren't real and cannot exist. I did not realize that at all. Also, it's how I was taught, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying, and I know what you're saying. Wow, crazy. Gay dude is trying to decide where in Canada I want to live, seeing as how it will probably be illegal to even say I'm gay, let alone being involved in any homosexual related activities. I want to be prepared. Jerk. Hey everyone, I'm gay and I care what everyone thinks. Pity me. Wah! Sorry, gay dude. I can't relate. I would be more sympathetic if you were talking about mobs who wanted to kill and harm homosexuals. But all I see in legislation is how the tax breaks fall based on your situation. Do you really care if people know you're legally married? Maybe you do, and that's where I can't relate. Assassin. Jerk is an idiot, married for 10 plus years and then walks out on his wife and 3 kids to play the field a bit. How is that for being blunt? College grads expect to make $50,000 more at their first job than they actually will, survey finds. Probably the result of a lifetime of participation trophies. Your generation raised that generation, moron. I'll never understand. The people that complain about participation trophies are the people that invented and forced participation trophies to happen. Your 8-year-old did not ask for a participation trophy. You wanted your special little boy to get one, even though he lost. Hating Elon Musk for the simple reason his electric car company is successful and he tweets a lot is the least interesting form of leftism. You don't actually think that people hate him for the simple reason his electric car company is successful and he tweets a lot. You know, that's a wild straw man. Why even tweet something like this? Do you think he's going to see this and be like, Lee, it's Elon, I saw the good tweet. Will you be my best friend or something? I feel like Lee is hoping for something like that. Maybe a follow? Native Americans aren't native to the Americas, so... Did you even think about this sentence before posting it? You know, funnily enough, I'm sure the guy did. It took me 19 years to figure out news stands for notable events, weather, and sports. No, it doesn't. Feel like the word news has been around before news was reporting on sports, right? Hell, probably even before we were talking about the weather. Why there are no photos of nighttime on the surface of Mars captured by the rover? Yeah, here's one. You get it. The first person couldn't take a joke about a character from The Office. All right, I don't love Pam's character at a certain point, but this is just blatant misogyny. She's confirmed to have slept with 2 men in the entirety of the show, and she's considered a mattress. I think even Angela slept with more people. Y'all need help. Only person that needs help is the person taking a joke about a character from a show serious enough to defend her and claim something is wrong with others, for making a joke that is literally from the damn show. Well, what more can really be said there? I'm a software engineer, and I have no idea what you mean by hardcore software engineering. Will you please enlighten me as to what you mean? What great piece of engineering have you done? Ever flown on a plane? Transatlantic, perhaps? How about credit cards? Do you use them? How about all that's going on with software-intensive defense systems in Ukraine? The work I've done has shaped software in all of those domains and more. Gonna have to do some research on this guy. That sounds pretty incredible. Tiffany McAllister. 1 stars. Horrid. Didn't show up. My first 1-star review? I've been waiting for 8 months for this. Well, Tiffany, I did in fact show up and did in fact diagnose your Dodge Caravan with your husband beside me. It needs a starter. You knew I was there because you texted me and told me how you were unhappy with your husband and how I was sexy AF. So I proceeded to be a good person and showed your husband the text messages. And now you're mad, so you left me a 1-star review. Well, Tiffany, I'm giving you a 1-star review on being a wife. God bless. Good Lord, what is going on? Peloton? Actually, never heard anybody say that one. Convinced rich people to pay $2,000 for a bike and pay $20 to $30 a month to use it and still failed as a business. I mean, we're all buying $1,000 phones and pretty much pay a subscription every month just to have service to use it. Same concept. The fact that you tweeted this from a phone instead of a Peloton is maybe why they failed. Yeah. A stationary bike is not the same as a device that most people cannot actually live their lives without. It's a little different. Oh God, but only if you're willing to be a Pepsi family. A Pepsi family. LMFAO. My father worked for your bottling company for 25 plus years. You fired him after denying to extend his leave while he was undergoing chemo. I guess to avoid paying out insurance? He died a few months later. You and Pepsi families. She wants the PhD. Well, not with that technique. No gloves, safety glasses, fume hood. The volume in the Erlenmeyer flask, see, I got that word right, is not suitable for what the flask allows, and the fumes from the left vessel are dangerously close to her nasal orifice. The only D she's asking for is disaster. Oh, damn. Tip for younger folks in the workforce. When you take PTO, anticipate how it'll impact your team and try as hard as possible to minimize any disruption. And realize that there are going to be times that you just shouldn't take PTO. Or, and hear me out here, take your PTO without any guilt, turn off email, Slack, everything. No, really. And if it turns out your manager doesn't know how to keep your team running smoothly without you, get a new job. Yeah. Remember, if you take PTO, you're a stupid poopy head piece of garbage and you're dumb and I hate you and you made my better paying job a little more harder. Just a friendly reminder that Joe Biden's approval rating hit a record low of 38%. You have 3.8 million followers and less than 800 likes on this tweet. That makes your approval rating 0.0210526316%. I like the math. How is he still allowed to be a doctor? Is he, or is he like Dr. Phil? You know, not really a practicing anything. What's the worst way to respond to an I love you? My 8-year-old daughter once responded to my wife, I wish I could say the same. Well, okay, you know what? I could kind of believe that. 8 years old sounds about right for evil. Hey, why are you so sad? There's so much good in the world. I don't know, Sarah, why do you have asthma? There's so much air in the world. I don't know. Just stop being asthmatic, for God's sake. I know. Beautiful, isn't it? I only have one small note, Max. That's St. John, New Brunswick. Halifax is a beautiful city. Yeah. Good one. I'm proud of you for this post. It took courage, and you're valued when you are courageous. You are valid. I see you. You have worth. I know you're memeing, but reading the words "you are valid" and "I see you" made me physically cringe. Good job. Don't worry, none of that was directed at you. We no longer go for looks. We go for maturity, stability, loyalty, and peace. If only you had this mindset before you became a single mom. Oh dear. Fact. If the Earth was 10 feet closer to the sun, we would all burn up. If it was 10 feet further, we'd all freeze to death. God is amazing. Wow, that's crazy. I know. Amen. To anyone wondering, that's not true. Earth's orbit is elliptical, and the distance from the sun varies around 147 million kilometers to 152 million kilometers on any given year. All right, let's keep going. Every star has a habitable zone that is affected by the size of the star and its intensity. The sun's habitable zone is about 0.95 AU to 1.37 AU. And AU is the Earth's average distance from the sun, 93 million miles. So, Earth's orbit could decrease by 4.5 million miles or increase by 34 million miles and still be in the habitable zone. And if your claim was true, any moderately sized earthquake could take us out of the habitable zone. Sorry. Okay, that's cool and all, but don't ever comment on my status telling me that I'm wrong ever again. I didn't ask you, did I? Answer, no. You know what's funny? In Sunday school, being forced to grow up Mormon, we were told that crap too. Would you look at that? Americans are simply so laughable. LMAO. It's so interesting to me how superior you Europeans think of yourselves. Because we are. Dude, you might not want to say that from Austria. Ooh. In your own words, how would you describe libertarians? House cats. They're convinced of their fierce independence while utterly dependent on a system they don't appreciate or understand. Hey, Ricky Gervais, what do you think about Piers Morgan interviewing the Taliban tonight? I've lost all respect for them. Lost all respect? Oh, no, I get it. All right, great. As a man, why are you even okay with ordering a fruity or mixed drink? Because fruit's tasty. If I wanted salty or bitter, I'd just have a conversation with you. Oh. Yeah, this fruit drink is delicious. How's that Bud Light taste, you basic bitch? What are the toughest sports out there? Boxing and UFC are right up there for sure, and I'm not saying tennis is the toughest, but it's up near the top. Tennis is nowhere near the top. Pretty much all martial arts go ahead. Then contact sports. Then most athletic sports. At the level you play at, I agree. Club/amateur tennis, not near the top. Oh. Dude, I'm not even good enough to be in a club. So that sucks. Oh man. Stellar conversation on BBC Wales today. Caller, I live in America now, since the 80s, but I'm visiting family in Wales this week and I thought I'd ring in. Host, why'd you move from Wales to America? I actually moved because of a woman. Who's the lucky lady? Margaret Thatcher. Oh! It's a shame she didn't die 87 fucking years ago. A 1-year study of Vietnamese youth who built their own Bugatti out of clay mud. They don't have other things to do? What better things have you achieved? You're the one watching their work. No one's watching your work. Was at a bar alone yesterday when the bartender said, "Hey, check out this text from my sister." He showed me the phone and it said, "Do not under any circumstances get into a conversation with this guy sitting on your right. Men, if you're in a position to do this, do this." I'm confused. If you were alone at the bar, how was a guy sitting on your right? What am I not getting? Gary, is this the extent of your critical thinking skills? Imagine a grown, balding man spending his life making whiny, passive-aggressive videos on a kids app. Hi from Miami. Love it here. Kids app? It appears your perception of TikTok has been warped because 60% of the people you follow are teenage girls. This man built a rail car and it rides along abandoned railroad tracks in Southern California. This is cooler than anything Elon Musk has done. Wrong. Musk will do this underground. Are you saying that Musk is going to invent putting railroad tracks in a tunnel, Justin? Revolutionary. Happy primary caregiver of unspecified gender who decided not to terminate their pregnancy, which would have been totally morally fine and perhaps even praiseworthy day. Maybe if yours loved you, you wouldn't have turned out this way. Doesn't he also tweet the same goddamn thing every single year? I mean, with slight changes, same joke, or joke in quotations every time. Musk spent $44 billion on Twitter. The world's population is 8 billion. He could have given each person $5 billion and still have money left over. I feel like a check for $5 billion would be life-changing for most people, yet he wasted it all on Twitter. Women have worked so hard to be respected for their ability to do math, and you set us back 50 years with one tweet. Thanks. Here's what Musk should do. Truth and Reconciliation Commission revealing past manipulation. Algorithmic transparency. Fire a lot of people. He should also get you a bucket of water so you can get your wife wet. God damn it. Weirdo, why'd you like my pic from 2017? I'm not weird. You just haven't looked good in a while. God, what is happening right now, man? Oh, also, whenever someone new follows me on Twitter, I like to freak them out sometimes by going to their account, scrolling down to the oldest tweet or whatever that I can find and liking that. Really gets them going, man. Oh, dude.